Hey, you YouTubers and knife nuts out there. New Jersey Devil Tactical will bring you another knife review this evening. Tonight we'll be looking at the special edition Spyderco Manix 2 through Stag Arms. If you want one of these, I just looked on the website. Stag Arms is still selling them, so you better get one while they last if you're interested in it. Alright, so let's go over some specs so you'll know if you want one or not. Alright. The blade is a CPM S30V. Excellent steel. My favorite steel in folding knives. There are some new steels coming out, which, that I'm also very interested in and checking out. And I have some knives coming with those certain steels, the super steels that are coming out. And, this blade is a full flat ground. It has the DLC. The diamond-like coating, non-reflective, and this is a plain edge, as you see, and it is a full flat ground. I really like the blade on the Manixes. I like the design. I like the drop point. It's a really nice looking drop point. The Manix is one of my favorite knives that Spyderco put out, and I do have quite a few different Manixes. I have the limited edition blue, the orange, the pink, the black. I have many different of the Manixes that Spyderco produced, and I also have the green here. So as you can tell, I like the Manix too. All right, so that's the blade in a nutshell. The handle is a G10 handle, and it's a dark green handle. I hope that shows up good there. And you got a black pocket clip, and let's see. Yes, it is reversible. The pocket clip is reversible, left and right, tip up only. So that's a nice option. Me, I carry tip up anyway. That's my choice to carry. It's my favorite way of carrying a folder is tip up. Sometimes you don't have that option, and you just have to suck it up. So there is a fair amount of jipping on this knife, as all the Manix. You have jipping on the top, on the back of the blade right there, underneath right here in the finger choil, and on the back here. So there's a fair amount of jimping on the Manix too. What I like about the Manix too, I love the grip that you get up here. It's got the secondary finger choil right here that allows you to get a good grip on this blade and do some kitchen work, whatever you want to do. Some slicing and dicing, some stick work. Making some tent pegs or whatever you want to do. I like the feel of the knife. It's a nice size lanyard hole there also. And of course, as you see, I do like lanyards on my knives. The reason for that, it just makes it easier to pull out of the pocket for me. Yeah, and the G10 does tear up your pocket a little bit, but I'm not a big crybaby like a lot of those people out there. A lot of the other knife reviewers that are reviewing knives crying about, oh, my pocket getting tore up. Who gives a shit? Buy another pair of pants. Stop whining. I don't know. So anyway, it's a open design, except for this little portion right here where your ball lock is, and that is a ball lock. And what's nice about the ball lock, you don't have to pull both sides down. You can just pull one, and it falls right down. So that's the design. I like the ball lock. It's a nice locking system. The blade doesn't fall or doesn't. It's a well-designed system. It's been around for some time now. So it's an excellent locking system. Now you can use this knife. I don't know if it's a tactical knife. I guess it would be a tactical knife. Stag Arms was putting it out. It is definitely a tactical knife used for camping. You can use it for hunting. probably be a decent skinner. Definitely bushcraft, but I wouldn't do any splitting of logs or anything with this thing. And definitely a little fishing. As you see, I have used this. You can see the coating here is just scratched a little bit, but it's not, the coating's not coming off. The DLC coating is not coming off, and that stands for diamond-like coating. And it is also a non-reflective coating on there, which is nice. So it's a very, very good knife. Like I say, the Manix is one of my favorite. That's Spyderco produces. But also what I like about the line is a lot of the Manixes come out in limited quantity. So, I am a collector. And I do like that advantage of being one of those people that only have 500 of one or 1,000 of one. That's being a collector, that's very important for me, to have only a limited number of knives, and knowing that you only have one of 1,000 or one of 500, which is very attractive to me. It's cool. It's a cool factor. So let's get to some more specs here. Well, I guess that's about all in the specs, really. Matter of fact, I can't think of anything else. Like I said, the lanyard hole is a 14mm lanyard hole, which is nice for somebody with big paws like me. I'm able to get my thumb or forefinger in there to open that pretty easily. So the bottom line, if I lost this knife, would I purchase it again? Oh, absolutely. Spyderco makes a superior knife. They make a top quality knife. The tolerances are very tight with Spyderco. You'll get some duds here and there, as well as anything else that you buy. You always get some duds here and there, but the quality control with Spyderco is spot on, especially with knives that are made in, it says it right there, Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. Blades that are made in USA. I'll take them any day over a Japanese blade or a Chinese blade or Taiwan or any of that other shit. I know Spyderco does, have Japan produce some of their blades. I guess that's to keep down cost, or just to keep the Japanese working. Like they need the money. Bullshit. So let me light my cigarette here. That's right, I do smoke. You can probably tell in my voice. So, yes, definitely I would buy this knife again if I had the opportunity, if I lost it. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would I rate this knife? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not much on coatings on blades. I'm the kind of guy that likes a satin finish, no coatings on blades. Because my experience is always the coatings wear off after some time of use, and the blade isn't as attractive to me, where the blade looks like it's all beat to hell, even though the blade still works right, it's still not as attractive to me. So I'm not particularly a big fan of coatings. So what would I rate this knife on a scale of 1 to 10? I give this knife an 8.5. Definitely an 8.5. Because of the craftsmanship, the way it feels in my hands, the way it cuts. The S30V, CPM S30V, which is much better than the regular S30V. Those qualities in that knife. Definitely an 8.5 to almost a 9. So I rate this knife very highly. And the cost of this knife right now on the website at Stag Arms, this knife is going for $135. Do I think the knife is worth $135? Yes, I do. I think it's worth more than $135, but Let's not push the envelope. 135. 135 is fine with me. And I'm sorry, you know, my speech ain't spot on, but it's getting late here in New Jersey, so you know, I'm kind of doing this video late and I'm a little tired, so excuse me. So the value of the knife, is it worth the value? Absolutely. It's 135. It's worth 135 and more. So so if you knife nuts and YouTubers have any questions out there about this knife, let me know in the comment box and I'll answer your questions as best I can. If there's anything that I missed, put in the comment box and let me know. And I will put a little pop-up there to correct that situation. Let me give you a little paper cut test here to show you that the knife does come sharp. I rarely ever got a dull Spyderco. You know, they're always sharp. I never got a dull Spyderco, so you probably won't either. So, like I said, the knife's sharp, and so I'll get you a little close up here of this knife for those who like the macro views. Let me get you a little closer here. I hope you guys can see that well. So, like I say, any comments, leave them in the box, and you know where that is. That's down there. You know how it works. And I ask you please subscribe if you like to. If you like my videos, you know, if you like my videos, give them a thumb up. If you don't like them, give me a thumb down. You know, if you know how I can improve them a little bit, let me know in the box. You know, I enjoy showing you guys my knives, my collection, and I hope you like watching them. So, you know, just keep coming back and checking them out, and I'll keep producing them. Alright, so it's New Jersey Devil Tactical, and I'm going to sign out. So you guys have a good evening, good day, wherever the hell you're at, and I'll catch you on the next one. Alright guys, bye.